Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, telling you what it is and what it ain't, hitting you with that real deal game. So what's going on, everybody? Appreciate it if you like, share, subscribe, if you dig my content. So once again, hitting you with another video, keeping that content flowing. Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and do a video on this. This is something I've been giving a lot of thought to. It's been, so we had some Sony officials come out recently and make comments on backwards compatibility, man. And basically just lay it out in those certain terms that, they're not doing backwards compatibility. They're not about that. And I wanted to basically talk about that. I want to talk about the real reason why Sony is not really pro backwards compatibility. And I wanted to dig into that because on my channel, I keep it real. So I dig into the things that a lot of YouTubers are not talking about, and or just different angles that, most folks are not really thinking about. So I wanted to go ahead and dig right into this. So if you go back to the beginning, when the launch of the consoles came out, of course they didn't all start with backwards compatibility, and it was a big outcry for backwards compatibility games. I mean, I think as a console gamer myself, it is, I have most of all the consoles, man. But one thing I do not want to do is have to go through trying to hook up old consoles back and forth, putting the HDMI, hooking them up to, have all these wires and different consoles. Who wants to do that? This is really a hassle. I mean, that's almost like, not having a TV remote control. I don't know if y'all ever lost your TV remote control and then had to working on your own. You could see, you probably think to yourself, man, I don't know how he used to do this. He actually got up and actually changed the channel. It's the same type of deal, man. It's prehistoric. It's not the way for the future. We've moved on from it. And that's really the problem with not providing backwards compatibility. It's one of those things where it's kind of really a slap in a consumer's face that we are still, at this day and age, not having a company that is pro-consumer in regards to what is the new wave of the future, which is, you should be able to play any of the games that we've purchased before. Why not? Why not be able to play it on a lot more powerful hardware that should have no problem being able to play any of our old games? And that's the issue. But now we understand the issue, but I think the biggest thing behind that is, what is our Sony's intentions behind it? Why are they really just, when you would think, well, why wouldn't they just go ahead and do it? I'm going to break it down. First and foremost, think about this. It will take them to switch their PS4 around to allow it to have an apparatus that will allow it to be able to play their older games. First of all, that's going to take a lot of money on their part and a lot of ingenuity. That's what Microsoft ran into that problem. They had to go through a lot to try to figure it out to make it work correctly. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of these old games, they got to make it work to where it works correctly every time. And that's not easy. I mean, it's almost like there's some reverse engineering going on there, and also having the compatibility to ensure that it works properly, because nobody wants it to launch where, you got old compatible, games coming out and then they're not working properly. So it takes a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of money. And Sony figures that, well, why do that when we could just simply just have people pay for a streaming service? This is where PlayStation Now comes into play, because you got to understand, this is a Japanese model where they have you pay for the same thing over and over and over and over again. I mean, if you really look at a lot of their games, like good example of the franchise is Dynasty Warriors. That has been the same game for decades, over and over and over and over again. And they just keep getting people to pay for the same thing. over and over and over again. That's what they do, and they pretty much have the business model of it. And you got to understand from their standpoint, it's just they think about the money in their pocket before they think about the consumer. The money in their pocket is going to always come first. And in the position that they are, no one calls them out on it. It's not like the media, the gaming media calls them out on it. It's not like their fan base calls them out on it. So this is what you get. You get a very arrogant Sony that is going to just do whatever they want, and for them, it makes them money to not have you be able to just throw your old disc into the PS4 and then just simply be able to play it. Why would they do that when they can make you pay for it over again? And the sad thing about that is that since they're so anti backwards compatible when it comes to just providing a way for you to play your older games on their console, this raises questions about the PS5, rather if the PS5 is going to be the same way, where you can't even play your PlayStation 3 games or your PlayStation 4 games. It's I would hope so, but who knows? With the way they're acting, we don't know. So, man, I just wanted to break it down. The real reason, man, the real reason, like usual, comes down to the money. They figure if you're dumb enough to just keep on paying for it, why stop now? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Sony pro Sony guys that are upset about it, but if they're not raising enough heck about it to hurt Sony in the pocketbook, well, Sony's going to keep on doing these anti-consumer practices, and that's what it comes down to. It's just going to come down to they're arrogant about it. They don't feel they need to do anything about it, and they would rather just keep charging for the same games over and over. So, man, that's my video today, man. If you have any questions or any comments, hit me down in the comment box. Till then, I'm Jay. This is Keeping It Real. I'm gone.